Hello everyone. Let us look at the Tower of Babel in our continuing video. The Tower of Babel, its significance and its relevance in the biblical history. Okay, let's continue with our exploration on the Tower of Babel, why it is more significant from a biblical point of view. If you look at what is a modern day influence today, I would say that after Nimrod the Great, as he was called in many ancient literature, his wife and queen regent Semiramis, also his mother, with the birth of Tammuz the child, started and encouraged various pagan practices that are seen in the world today, and it's attributed in Revelation of the Holy Bible as the Babylon as the mother of harlots, leading to all the pagan practices around the world. That we shall let you know here. So what happened is that with Queen Semiramis establishing, developing cities, kingdoms, and gaining popularity among the peoples, the worship of the mother and child, it spread from Babylon to the ends of the earth. But they were called with different names in the languages of the various countries where the worship appeared. See, in the ancient Germans, they worshipped the Virgin Earth with the child in the arms of his mother. The Scandinavians, they called her Disa with a child, pictured with a child. In Egypt, the mother and child were worshipped as Isis with the infant Osiris or Horus seated on his mother's lap. India, mother and child Devaki, Krishna, we have Isi, Ishvara, Kali, and Shiva is a form of Nimrod as they're worshipped by many. So in Asia, also, there was Cebu, Diaz, in pagan Rome, Fortune and Jupiter for Tammuz. In Greece, Ceres, the great goddess mother, then Irene, the goddess of peace with the boy Plutus. And so you see, different regions have adopted what Semiramis pagan practices had started. Even in Tibet, China, the Jesuit missionaries, they were very astonished to find that the Roman counterpart of Madonna and child, that is Xingmu, the Holy Mother in China, was portrayed with a child in her arms and a glory around her. And so to conclude, the Tower of Babel, one, is significant because it stands for confusion. The world got many languages from here, from the Christian standpoint. Second was that it was a modern day, first of its kind of tower that was being built around in those times. And so Tower of Babel also in a way significantly reminds one of God's remarkable divine judgment on human pride, self-rule. Self-rule is what the world is going into today. Into stark contrast of dependence on God, what God has been speaking in the passages of the Holy Bible. So we can understand that the Tower of Babel is very significant in understanding not only Christianity, but also understanding the various other cultures and traditions and practices that have sprung forth from it. Hope this video has helped you to understand the biblical significance of the Tower of Babel that inspired being the first tower of modern day world. Due to the rebellious nature of its makers, it could not be completed and eventually faded into the pages of history over the centuries and millennials that followed. And so from the Christian perspective, the Tower of Babel is a reminder from which many languages, dialects, and people groups, traditions, and practices both in the Eastern and Western world have emerged from. And so the Bible is an infallible word of God to be believed by all its readers. And as we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a thought. See, the Bible never exaggerates much about King Nimrod and Queen Semiramis, or has tried to validate it from a historical point of view. Genesis 10:9 says very clearly, there was a mighty hunter. You know what a mighty hunter means? It can mean a mighty hunter of souls, or men, and even Nephilims, or giants, that existed after the post-flood scenario, which God wanted to destroy. So the Bible describes here, talking about King Nimrod, that historically he was the first one who tried to build the Tower of Babel, as is widely believed in many diverse cultures around the world. But in spite of all his grand feats, still hardly gets much of a mention in the Bible. Now, King Nebuchadnezzar later in the book of Ezekiel gets mentioned for Babel or later Babylon, which means to say, historical facts are not lying to support the Christian text we have contemplated here. However, let's not forget that the Tower of Babel was ultimately abandoned. History has its proof. You can go back and check. And today in modern day Iraq and Mesopotamia, the Tower of Babel is seen in much ruins, having survived earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. over the thousands of years it existed. And recently, somebody tried to give it much importance. You can see it in the European Union headquarters in Berlin, Germany, as they tried to, include a prototype of the Tower of Babel in their design as a tribute to the fact that the Tower of Babel had a great significance in world history and Christian perspective again. I hope now you understand why we are doing this series. Thank you for watching and all your love and support. And if you find this video interesting, please do share to your friends and families too, so they can also get an insight into all these wonderful places we explore. Next time we'll be back with another interesting place. Also, subscribe to my channel, VP World or Vibrant Pathways World Vision, as we will be bringing some other videos again connected with biblical places, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.